South Africa and the West Indies have completed day three, not with a little bit of interruptions, of course, due to rain, but other than that, it's been quite an interesting match and an exciting match that we have on our hands at the moment. With South Africa, you could say to an extent, taking the lead in this match so far, if we can continue bowling the way we are bowling, particularly one player, and that is Keshav Maharaj, who's been absolutely tops on day three. So we will be summarizing and reviewing and analyzing this match. We'll be analyzing what took place with regards to South Africa in on day three of this first test. And I'm interested to hear your thoughts and what you guys have thought about this match so far. What South Africa need to do to get the victory. There is a lot to take into consideration, obviously, rain. And I think that is an aspect that the coach probably thought about, and we'll get into that a little bit more on the show. But before we get going, before we get started, there's a couple of things I'd like you guys to please do. First and foremost, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. Very important that you guys do so, so that we can get to our next big milestone. We are moving towards 10,000 subscribers, but we're going to take it 1,000 at a time. The next next milestone is 6,000 followers or subscribers, and then we're going to try and hit that big 10,000 mark, which is going to be our next big milestone. I'd also like you guys to please subscribe to Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. This is the backbone of Cricket Fanatics magazine. Of course, the magazine is in our name, and we put a lot of work into this to try and give you guys an amazing magazine that has exclusive content that you won't get anywhere else. So please go ahead and get your copies right away. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every single month. I'd also like you guys to please smash the like button, comment, and share as you come in. It's very important that you guys also do that, because ultimately that's how our video spreads and that's how more people see it. So please go into the video and like it, and when we are done streaming, when we have ended the stream, go into the comment section and please get involved with the conversation, start a conversation over there and start commenting, because that's also very important to help us spread our the love and the videos that we are producing on this channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. I'm excited to talk about this. There's not a lot to talk about, but there are very important factors that we need to consider and speak about on today's show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your review show. I'm your host, Khalid Mohideen. This is the show where we talk about everything that has to do with day three of South Africa's first test against the West Indies. So the match is quite nicely poised from a South African perspective, but we can't start with day three if we don't talk a little bit about the way our batting innings ended. So I spoke on the review show yesterday about what South Africa will need from a batting perspective to almost guarantee a victory in this match. Now we need to take into consideration the weather, and what the weather is like, from a from the match perspective, because that has been a little bit of a interruption when it comes to this game. Now, today we are going to have pretty sunny conditions according to this, but there will be interruption according to the weather reports, throughout the day and majority of the day, particularly hitting the 1 o'clock time, local time, of course, I'm talking about. And so around lunch, or after lunch, we will be getting some interruptions over there with regards to that. Um, and this is something that I don't think that was going to it was always going to affect the game, and that's something that I think is a bit worrying from a South African standpoint, because it's almost like this game was set up for a draw from the start, and maybe that was in the coach's mind, and he tried to cover that base with the selection by having a deep batting lineup right until 8, 9. But that's just me speculating over here. I don't think that that is, because there are logical reasons and tactical reasons for picking the lineup that he did. But South Africa only managed to get 357. That was all that we were able to put on the board, and that is something that I feel that is looking like enough right now. We needed Kagiso Rabada to maybe kick on a little bit longer. Yeah, he got 21 of 32 balls, and particularly with Vian Mulder, who got 41, his best score obviously being 42 in his career. And that's something that I thought he was going to be able to eclipse, and I hoped that he would get something spectacular from a milestone perspective, to be able to push himself into a better place with regards to his scoring, and give more hope to the fans, because now he still only has 240s to his name. So he ended on 41 not out. I would have hoped that he would have taken a little bit more responsibility with the bat and try and farm the strike. And I know you don't necessarily always do that in Test cricket, but it would have been a good thing from a South African standpoint to do so. And it is something that I feel South Africa or Vian could have done a little bit better, but I don't want to be too critical, because he did bat really well, I feel, for his 41 of 85 balls. And but it was the West Indies, of course. It was their brilliant bowling that got South Africa into a you could say, to an early entrance into the dressing room. We had the likes of Jaden Seals, who was bowling fantastically, and Warwicken as well was bowling fantastically as well. He's continued to perform, and he ended with for 69 in his 22 overs, which is a brilliant return for a spinner from the West Indies. So well done to the West Indies for the way they bowled. When the West Indies went out to bat, they were looking quite comfortable, particularly in those first 26 overs. They looked composed, they looked like in control, and South Africa's bowlers were, although they bowled extremely well and economical, they gave quite a few looser deliveries away. I feel bowled a little bit too full at sometimes. Kagiso Rabada Lungingidi, and allowed the West Indies to obviously score runs off them and obviously hit them to the boundary. And we could have made that a little bit more difficult, but it wasn't the case. They got 53 runs in their first 26 overs, but we did pull it back nicely. We kept them at bay consistently throughout this match, and I think that was key, taking wickets at crucial times. But it was the introduction of Maharaj. He was absolutely fantastic. The delivery to Louis was absolutely amazing. He bowled him clean, and the way he set him up was fantastic as well. And I think that was the key over there. What I love about Keshav Maharaj, and what I loved about his bowling, and he's constantly improving, even getting better with age. And what I'm liking about him is the way he sets up batters. He keeps the pressure on. He turns it away, turns it in, a couple of straight deliveries, and then catches you out. He sets you up, and it's almost, you almost know that he's going to set you up, but you can't necessarily predict the way he is going to do so. They still fall for it, and that's what makes him so amazing. Is that he can set up even the best of batters, and that is something that I feel is fantastic from that standpoint. He has been phenomenal in this match. He's ultimately the reason why South Africa is sitting in a strong position. They are 145 for 4, and Keshav took 3 wickets. But we can't deny that there was a moment in the match that really turned it in South Africa's favor, and I feel that it was that run out of Craig Brathwaite. It was silly from Brathwaite. I feel it was avoidable, definitely. It's always a shame to see professional cricketers not stretch with their bat to try and make their ground, and that was something that I felt was going to be that is going to be a talking point in this match. It was a direct hit from Vian Mulder that that caught him short of his crease. Um, it really turned the game in South Africa's favor, I feel, because that took all the momentum away from the West Indies. All the everything, all the foundation that they built, they broke down. And uh, Brathwaite's bat was like just shy of the line when the ball crashed into the stumps. And what makes it even worse is that Ngidi overstepped and it was a no ball. But we know that the runouts are still in effect when there is a no ball. So that makes it even more painful from a West Indies perspective. But that was definitely the turning point, I feel, in the match. It gave all the power back to South Africa. And they were then 114 for two because they worked so hard to get over that 100-run mark. And it was brilliance from Carty as well. He also batted very well to get his 42. But then once again, Keshav Maharaj broke that partnership, 42 for 81 of 81 balls, and they were 119 for three. Or not broke the partnership, he made it a double almost in a way. And we know when one wicket falls, a second wicket falls, and then the team is really struggling at that particular time. So that was something that I think we need to also acknowledge. But then he kept on the pressure. He took another wicket of Atanze. Athanase. How do I pronounce that again? I forgot again. Athanase, I think it is, or Athanase or Athanase or something. I forgot how to pronounce it again. Please remind me in the live chat. That's unacceptable for me. I'm sorry about that. Um, and that was the wicket, 124 for four after 56.3 overs, and that was a fantastic turnaround from South Africa. And you can say 145 for four. South Africa are now on, you could say, in the driving seat to take this home. I would feel from a bowler's perspective to take this home. What I mean by that is maybe restricting the West Indies to under 300 would be brilliant if they can do that. But we know Hodges' ability, we know Holder's ability. Both of those batters can really take it away from South Africa. So South Africa are going to need to try and utilize the overhead conditions as much as possible today, because it is going to be a little bit um, overcast, I would say, and gloomy in the morning. So when this game starts later today, so a little bit of movement in the air from KG and Lungi can really do the damage to the West Indies, I feel. That would be amazing if South Africa can put that pressure on and do that from a South African standpoint. So it's awesome from Maharaj. Once again, the champion bowler, top bowler for South Africa. He was the key factor to this whole particular performance with the ball. I have to say that guy, his ability has been absolutely amazing. His winning mentality, his never say die attitude, and his work rate is just impeccable. And yeah, we have to give him full credit for the way he bowled. He was fantastic. He really has turned this game back into South Africa's favor. I didn't think that 357 was going to be um, enough, I would say, because I felt that it's a little bit short. I felt maybe it's 40, maybe 30, 40 runs short. And I was hoping that South Africa could get close to that 400 or 400 mark. But so far, so good. And having West Indies four down with less than 150 runs on the board is amazing from a South African standpoint. So I would say that the South Africa have this match. They are in the driving seat, and I feel that it's their game now to allow to slip away. Overall, very economical bowling from South Africa. Aiden Markram bowled well in his 5 overs. Vian Mulder in his 9 bowled really well. Nobody's hit an economy rate of over 3. So that is so far so good, but that could increase as the overs go up. But Kagiso has bowled 14 overs already, and he's kept his economy rate down to 2.78. So he's been bowling extremely well, and I think they've been bowling well as a unit. It's not We're not missing that extra bowler as much as all of us would have maybe thought. I do think, though, someone like Nandre Berger would be impeccable amazing on this particular wicket. That left arm seam would have done a lot of damage, I feel, to the West Indies. But I feel that Lungingini and KG Rabada have done a decent job so far. So there's not too much criticism from my part when it comes to this team. We do have Keshav Maharaj is talking, and um, we do have a lot of um, we do have a lot of I lost my train of thought now. We do have a lot of people in our a lot of people in our corner right now in this particular match, and there was a lot of people that obviously thought that the extra bowler was needed, but so far South Africa is sitting in a comfortable position when it comes to this particular match. So overall, well done to South Africa's bowlers. um, they have bowled with a decent amount of vigor and a decent amount of consistency to keep the West Indies at bay. Now it's all about trying to take out the West Indies, restrict them to a lower total so that we can go into bat. But when you look at the weather report, we are still going to be affected by rain throughout the next 2 days. So today, it's going to rain the morning before the match starts, and then the rain is going to kick in again around about 1 o'clock with a little bit of lightning as well. So that's also a problem. It's 76% precipitation. So, and the humidity is 81%. And it looks like it's going to rain at 4 as well, and then at 7 as well. So it seems that the weather isn't going to hold out today as much as we'd like. We'll get a little bit of play here and there, I feel. So it's going to be very much interrupted. So a draw on the cards is going to be more and more likely from a South African standpoint, and because from a draw perspective, and then Sunday as well. While in the morning it will be sunny, it will start raining at 1 again, and then at 4 again. So and then it will clear up a little bit later on. So less interruptions on Sunday, but the only way I feel South Africa can really take this home right now is by taking out the West Indies for the least amount of runs possible, of course, and then obviously batting second to push the total further, and then I feel only batting one session should be enough, and batting one session with an attacking mindset would be key, and then trying to bowl out the West Indies again, because a draw is looking more and more likely, and I think that was also the case before this match. And if the coach if I was the coach and I had to look at the weather reports before, you would consider the fact that a draw would probably be on the cards. And if you take the weather into consideration, then picking the extra batters or the extra batter makes 100% sense. But that won't be the only reason. I know that a lot of fans wanted the extra batter anyway, despite seeing the weather reports. So I'm happy with the performance so far, and I'm extremely happy with the way our bowlers have fought and have bowled with consistency and kept the pressure on. But particularly, hats off to Keshav Maharaj. He's the main guy. Like I said, his after match thoughts, or his after his post days thoughts, um, are on the channel. There is a video for you guys. It's only a 2-minute video if you guys want to see what he had to say after the day's play. So, yeah, that's my review. It's not too much to talk about from that perspective. Present saying on the Olympics front, bravo to Akani and the gang for our first ever 4x100 meter silver. I watched that. It was brilliant running from the team. If we just had one more 100-meter sprinter that could have made the heats or the knockouts. Like, we had 3 semifinalists and all of them were in this race. If we had one more, we could have taken it home. Um, I feel that they were absolutely brilliant in their running, in the way that they managed that relay, clean takeovers, clean handover, sorry. So brilliant from South Africa. Well done to this team. Really made South Africa proud, I have to say. Um, well done, and well done to the Bucks for breaking the Brisbane curse with a bonus point victory. Go Booker. Well done to the Booker as well. Fantastic from them. And then a little bit later, from a sporting front as well, South Africa, from a United perspective, and I know this is not South African, proudly South African here, but United are taking on City, so a big match over there as well. I've been enjoying this. I've been enjoying this Olympics so far. I watched the break dancing as well. I had a chance to watch some of that as well in between work. So that was also awesome to see. And the Japanese picking up another medal. Uh, Besides South Africa, I support the Japanese team a lot throughout this Olympics. I like them in a lot that they do, and I watch a lot of the obscure things when it comes to the Olympics as well. I watched the surfing. I watched the skateboarding as well. Even some synchronized swimming as well. The Obviously the field events, that's always normal, because if you're going to watch the track events, you automatically will watch the field events as well. So yeah, guys, from a test match perspective, I think I've covered everything. There has been a couple of news stories that have come up over the last couple of days, and that is that Paul Adams and Imran Khan have been appointed as the high performance bowling and batting coaches for the high performance team. So they're going to be working with a lot of the youngsters coming through the system as well. So that was information that I think that was necessary to tell you guys. Let me see if there's anything else that we've covered over here. The emerging side's doing very well at the moment as well. Um, so that's also a positive thing from a South African standpoint. We have had some very good performances from various different players throughout this match. So, and that's obviously after winning the first test, you could say, 4-day match by an innings and 186 runs. So massive positive from a South African standpoint there as well. Um, in the second match, South Africa were once again dominant as well. You can say, I mean, we bowled the Zim emerging out for 399 in their first innings, and it was, let me just see, it was Andile Mokhakane that took 4 for 56. He was the main bowler. And then Dile Simalani obviously contributing with a bowl as well with 2 for 65. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's really one for the future. And then with the bat, unbelievable. Madari Leteko scored 105, and Lesego Senokwane finally getting opportunity. Someone that I've been talking about for quite some time, got 280 guys. Fantastic batting from him. They really took South Africa into a powerful, strong position. When I mean, Senokwane batted right until the final wicket fell. So he was key to taking South Africa to the 595 total. He was the last wicket to fall. But he batted right through after losing his partner, after Madri Leteko. 192 they put on as an opening stand. So fantastic batting from them. And then they, at the moment, 64 for 1 Zimbabwe are in their second innings. And Samalani took another wicket. So that's where the match stands at the moment after day 2. So brilliant performance from the Zim emerging side as well. Let me just see if there's anything else here that I want to cover. Um, I don't see anything else here. I'm trying to look for some SA20 news. I'm sure I saw something from an SA20 standpoint that came into my inbox. Let's see if there's anything here Oh yes, I want to also tell you guys about the awards nominations because I didn't get to that in previous shows. I didn't have the chance to do so. So let me just get into that quickly. I'm just gonna give you guys the main awards. I'm not gonna go through everything. I'm only gonna go through like the Division One awards. So the Division One One Day Cup Play of the season. Deva Brevis, Nandre Berger, Michlali Mapungwana, Keegan Peterson, Reiner van Tonde, Calver Reiner. The Division Two One Day Cup. Let me just put this on the screen for you guys so you can actually see it. You can read it with me. Share screen. And let's go here. Let's go here. And let's go here. Division 2 One Day Cup players Jacques Snyman, Bashiru Dean Walters, and Garner Tar. Division 1 4-day domestic series player of the season is either Marcus Ackerman, Bjorn Fortuin, Vian Mulder, Tristan Stubbs, and Bayer Swanepoel. In Division 2, Blade Capel, or Blade Capel, Jay de Klerk, Jason Oakes, Johan van Dijk, and Hanno Viljoen. In the Women's Division 1 Coach of the Year in spirit of Women's Day yesterday, Sean Pretoria's Women's Division, that's the Coach of the Year, Angelique Tai and Claire de Blanche. And the Women's Newcomer of the Year, Julia Hull, Tabitha Lagrange, uh, Rela Bugile Mkize. And then Women's Division 1 T20 Player of the Season, Tasman Brits, Amari Dirksen, Paulina Mashishi, Faye Tunnicliffe, and Osipo Vezi. And the Women Division 1 Player of the Season, Tasman Brits, Mignon Dupree, Paulina Mashishi, Nkoleku Mhlaba, Nonkululeko Mhlaba, Yolandi Potgieter, and Shipo Vezi. And then I didn't give you guys the T20 Challenge Players of the Season. There's also domestic newcomer of the season, Kwena Mapaka, Andile Makakane, Aba Peter, Luan Dre Pretorius, and Mikael Prince. Division 1 Coach of the Year, Russell Domingo, Salih Nakadin, or Robin Peterson. Division 2 Coach, Mark Charlton, Gordon Parsons, and JP Trichat from the Knights, who got them promoted. And then from a T20 perspective, T20 Challenge Player of the Season, Matthew Bretsky, Riza Hendricks, Ngaba Peter, Ryan Rickleton, and Bayers Swanepoel. I'm not going to go into the knockout ones over there. Then from an international standpoint, international men's newcomer of the year, David Bedingham or Nandre Berger. Men's T20 International Player of the Year, Gerald Coetzee, Riza Hendricks, Aidan Markram, and Lazard Williams. Men's One Day International Player of the Year, Gerald Coetzee, Quentin de Kock, Marco Janssen, Heinrich Klaassen, Keshav Maharaj, and Aidan Markram. Men's Test Player of the Year, David Bedingham, Nandre Berger, Dean Alga. SA Men's Player of the Year, Gerald Coetzee, Quentin de Kock, Marco Janssen, Keshav Maharaj, and Kagiso Rabada. Women's T20 International Player of the Year, Tasman Brits, Nadine de Klerk, Masabata Klaas, and Laura Wolfhard. Women's One Day International Player of the Year, Tasman Brits, Nadine de Klerk, Marazan Kap, Ayabonga Kaka, Laura Wolfhard. SA Women's Player of the Year, Nadine de Klerk, Marazan Kap, Masabata Klaas, and Laura Wolfhard. And then there's other categories over here also on the list, guys. So that is the CSA awards nominations for 2023-2024 season. Let me get into some of your comments. Arjun saying, when is the SA20 auction and will it clash with the Champions Trophy time? I need to just have a look when it is. I'm not actually sure when it's going to be. That's what I was kind of looking for at the moment. I was trying to see if there was any announcement of this. SA20 mini auction ahead of the 2024 season will take place in Johannesburg on September 27. This was for the last year's one. So let me just check quickly. They said they're going to announce it over the coming months. They haven't announced it yet. So I will let you guys know when it is announced. They haven't announced it yet, which I thought, because I was looking for information on the SA20. I mean, I haven't gotten much mails from them in a recent month or so. Um, they've just been announcing like sponsors and things like that. So nothing major has been announced from a SA20 standpoint so far. Let me just get into Alpha Beta says rugby takes most of the talent, else we could have dominated cricket. Um, Possibly at the lower level. M. Sabar Khan says, "Do you want cricket in the Olympics?" Um, I don't think so because it won't be our best players. We could have it, and then I mean we could have it. Um, but we do have it. I think there is cricket at this Olympics. I think. Um, if I'm not mistaken. I actually don't know now. Oh, no, won't make appearance in Paris, but in the sorry, we will have cricket in the Olympics in 2028, the next Olympics. Stupid I am. I'm not concentrating this morning, guys. Yeah, so we will have it in 2028 in Los Angeles. So um, America. It would be nice to go to that day, guys. Come, we all go. We all go together to America. We get to go watch cricket at the Olympics. That will be amazing. Princess, like you said, the game is finally poised. We seem to have a foothold and should not let them run away. 100%. Giving props to Senekwane for his double century. Big fan of Senekwane. I think he's not far away from being a regular in the SAA side and then possibly in the near future getting a call up to the South African side, I'm hoping. Alpha saying Steve Stoke is playing any professional cricket. He will be playing for the Titans, I think. He's played some professional cricket for the Titans already. Steven Seagal says women's cricket is a waste of time. Rather put them in raising cricket. No, I don't agree. Mulder should have formed that Women's World Cup in South Africa was absolutely fantastic. Um, if you look at the way the levels of Australia and England at the moment, and even New Zealand to an extent, they play cricket at a very high level. South Africa and India as well. South Africa is getting there with the new structures. Mulder should have farmed the strike, uh, deceived Bangidi in long sleeves as he prepared to hang around for a while. Uh, they say looks are deceiving. Um, Official Steven Seagal says Mulder was scared. He wanted a not out to his name. I don't think he was scared. I just think he should take a more senior role in those matters. Navni says, Hardy, do you think Vian Mulder hasn't done anything in international cricket, either in batting nor bowling? He has so much talent and potential to become an all-rounder in all three formats. Now, that's why the coach is going to support him. Clearly, that's why I selected him and even played him at 8 in this match. So he backs him clearly and probably believes that he can be that guy for South Africa. We've backed him now. We've given him a chance. I feel that he does need to work a little bit more on his bowling. He needs to, because he doesn't have the extreme pace, he needs to work on his accuracy and make sure that he can be the guy that can give us a couple of overs. But his batting needs to improve. It's unfortunate because he was batting really well in this match. And to leave one or not out on 41 um, uh, is a little bit sad from a South African standpoint. Present saying Steve Stock is a rookie for Pretoria Capital in the 20 years. He is as well. I think he played a game there as well. But he has played some professional cricket already. And I think he's with the Titans, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm I'm thinking he'll probably get a lot more chances this season. This will probably be his breakthrough season as a player. It would be devastating to see him and Deva Brevis together. He's played obviously. I think he's played 5 matches in T20s already for the Titans. Didn't do that well, but he's very young and he'll probably develop into a great player. But to see the destructiveness of him and Deva Brevis together would be excellent. Navni says, Khalid, where do you live in South Africa? I live in Cape Town. That's where I live in South Africa. But guys, thanks a lot for tuning into this review show. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it's a Saturday morning and you guys want to be with family and want to do your things. But I have to bring you these reviews to give an update on what happened in the match. And I can't do it in the evenings after the day's play because it's too late at night. So, and yeah, I don't want to wake people up in the house. So please, that's something that's why just bear with me throughout this. Um, do you play any cricket games? I used to play cricket. I stopped a while ago. I play a couple of games here and there for like friendly games, here and there, like media day cricket games, etc. Um, uh, so, but I don't play for a club or anything. I don't have the time, guys. Covering cricket alone takes up every day, all my day. Because I don't just do this YouTube show, and I think maybe that's what you guys, some of you guys might think that that's all I do, but that's not all I do. I have a website to run to make sure that I put up stories regularly. The Facebook page needs to be updated regularly. I've got my monthly magazine which I have to edit and put together as well. But it's just, this is also a business that I need to try and run, and I'm doing a lot of work on trying to make this a profitable business as well. So there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. As you can see, there's a whiteboard behind me. um, I'm constantly working on ways on trying to make this profitable, because the cricket industry from a monetary value perspective is struggling. Sport in general, only major companies that are sponsoring and advertising in sport is betting and alcohol companies, and I don't align with that and I don't agree with that, so I won't take sponsorships from them, even though I've gotten offers from them. I've had to turn them down, which would have been it would have been amazing from a monetary value perspective. For me personally, as a company, we would have been everything would have shot up because of that, because you need money to make money. It would have helped a lot with a lot of things. I can get more writers on board and all of those type of things if I can get some income in. But I'm not prepared to. Um, I'm not prepared to endorse gambling and alcohol. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing that at all. So we have to look for other avenues to try and help the industry itself, and that's the next journey that we're on. We want to Cricket Fanatics magazine doesn't only want to help fans get closer to cricket and give you guys a platform to speak about this game, but I also want to help the industry. I also want to help the cricket companies or people that are in this industry, in the cricket industry, that are trying to make their businesses profitable and market their business. We help with that, and that's what we offer here at Cricket Fanatics magazine. You will get an amazing package with us if you join us as a on your marketing journey from a cricket perspective. So please get in contact with us. All the links are in the descriptions. Go and check it out. Arvin says, Khalid, bro, what improvements Rickleton needs to do to score big runs for South Africa? I think he needs to get out of his head. He needs to trust his natural game and play that way. I don't think he must try. He must try and avoid being what he's not. I don't think that Ryan Rickleton is the type of player that must grind away, grind away, grind away, grind away, and play the long game. He needs to play his natural game and trust his instincts, because as soon as he's a little bit unsure about his shot making and the shot selection, that's when he loses his wicket. So I feel that he needs to, if he feels he needs to go after it, he needs to go after it. Um, you could say towards an extent, a little bit more foot movement when he's playing his defensive shots. Um, and I feel that he needs to learn how to leave the ball, the good balls, um, and that's something that he can add to his game. But I do think that if he plays a more natural game, you'll be okay. He just needs more time, I feel, in the middle to get more familiar. I think the thing with Ryan Nicholton is that his test career so far has been stop-start. He's been given a chance and then taken out of the team. So I think he needs an extended run, and I think that will help him a lot. Navneet says Aiden Markin away test form is not good. He needs to improve on that. 100%, bro. 100%. Um, I agree with you. Thanks a lot, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell for all future videos, please. I'd also like you guys to please subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. Link is on the screen right now, as well as in the description. Smash the like button as well. And also, once we've ended the stream, please comment in the comment section below and leave your thoughts about South Africa's day 3. Thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Hope you guys have an amazing time, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. So used to shooting in the evening. Peace out, everyone.